We have two great minds that are navigating the digital shift in luxury for our panel on lifestyle tech. We have Ksenya Ternyuk, the Managing Director of LVMH Caring and founder of Reborn Retail, leading innovative approaches to customer experience and the future of retail. And Morin Oluwole, the former head of luxury at Meta. She serves on several boards that are globally and luxury and lifestyle companies such as Breitling and Ritual Cosmetics. And she advises brands on strategy, storytelling, digital transformation, and helping to shape the future of leadership in luxury. And the Moderator is an innovation catalyst, an award-winning marketeer who's passionate about helping brands to truly embrace technology, and that without forgetting that there needs to be always a human touch. He has led many global campaigns for Bulgari Hotels, for Huawei, and many others, and that has earned him 8 Cannes Lions for creativity and innovation. So please welcome with me Mirko, Maccarone, and Morin, as well as Ksenya. Welcome to the stage. Welcome. Great to have you.
Thanks, Flo. That was awesome. Hello, how are you guys? So first of all, Flo, thanks for the intro. You're so well dressed and you're right in the luxury innovation stage. So over the next 20 minutes, we're gonna explore how retail is changing, both online, offline, and how can I be so pleased to have you guys both here? You're absolutely the lighthouse of this world. Luxury merged with technology and retail. So without further ado, I will start asking a couple of questions, but first, I'd like to see a little bit of audience engagement. And the best way to get that audience engagement started is just to ask you, just use your hands as the best way of interacting with us. I have a simple question. Who believes that technology is making your life better? Wow, that's a very tech-savvy audience right there. Can I see the ones that believe that technology is taking over your life? Don't be shy, it's all right. I mean, you know, exactly, that's what I love to see. Perfect. All right, that is really setting the stage. We are clearly in the world's largest tech conference in the world, and I'm really glad to get it all started. I guess you know that you're working with a lot of tech-savvy people here. So, Ksenya, let's start with you. You bridge luxury retail and innovation. How do you define lifestyle tech today, and what does it mean from a brand perspective?
Thank you for the question, Mirko. Well, first of all, I'm very honored and happy to be here. I have been living in Dubai for 3 years before moving back to Paris, so a piece of my heart belongs here. I love this region. Nice to be here. And so to answer your question, the lifestyle tech and how it will bring and impact luxury retail, I would like to say that technology is not the tool anymore. It is not the application, it is not the gadget, it's not the 3D mirror that we place in our retail stores. It is the extension of the brand. It is the extension of the craftsmanship, of the values, of the brand DNA, and technology and lifestyle tech enhance the connections between the brand and the client. So if before we would place a screen that we will touch in the store and we will have a wow effect, right now the clients don't look for that. They're looking for the emotions in the store. We just saw the video of Louis Vuitton, and we've been working also for this brand for 10 years in Paris. It creates the shows, the Chanel collection that we saw. How do we bring it in our retail environment? So the lifestyle technology, it enhances and it empowers the brands, but with the same goal to bring with human connection with the clients. And I like to call the technology in luxury, it is the emotional, intelligent elegance, right?
Beautiful.
So that is enter into the store, it empowers our teams, it empowers our stores. When the client is entering and he feels understood, it's not what he bought, it's about how everything that surrounds the ecosystem actually makes him feel. So I believe in the future, the luxury retail will be driven by 5 main forces, where human centricity, we were talking about client centricity, brands, so it is the human centricity, those technology that will enhance and evolve the connection with the client. The second one, we're moving from product to the platform. So Stefano has mentioned the ecosystem, and we're creating this ecosystem. When I design the client experience, it's the technology that enhances this, again, connection with the client. The third one is the trust and transparency, because we know a lot of information about the client, how he feels, which is the mood, which is the sensitive, so how do we bridge it together? And the last time, we are moving from silos to collaboration, because the technology itself, it's nothing anymore, right? So we need to, like we create the panels, we create the synergy with the technology and the brand. But again, to elevate the emotions with the clients and the human touch.
Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, you see how she said extension, enhancement, human connection, empowerment. These are all things that are really connected to humans, and that's the extension ourselves. So thanks so much for breaking it down. It made it as well so much easier for us and for the audience. All right, Morin, your turn. I'm excited for this. Well, you've seen consumer behavior changing globally. I mean, 17 years, former head of luxury Meta. So what's driving the shift towards tech-enabling living? And is it curiosity, is it convenience, or is it cultural influence?
Thank you for the
Tough
wonderful
question. Sorry.
It's a tough one, but I think I can give some insight here. So it's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate your time and energy. I think it's a combination of the three. It has to be a combination of the three, but with culture at its core. And what that means is that when you think about connectivity, connectivity really is a tool, that enables people to build community. Consumers, especially Gen Z, today, they want technology to integrate seamless into their lives. They want it to not interrupt the work they're doing. They want to facilitate how they live, how they shop, how they connect with their friends. And at the end of the day, technology has now become a culture shifter, meaning when tech companies were created, and I was at the beginning of the creation of the Facebook at that time, it was about a platform. It was about a platform, you log in, you click, you connect to people. But when you think about how we receive news, how we connect with our friends, how we connect with our families, how trends are created, what is sure is that culture is truly at the core of how lifestyle tech is shifting, and consumers are being more demanding because they want that lifestyle tech to be easy, to be seamless, and to not interrupt the way that they live, but really, to go back to the word you shared earlier, to enhance it.
That's beautiful. I mean, you see that a lot of the things that we're talking about are always like culturally relevant, and ultimately culture is about human connections, right? Enhancement, empowerment. So in a world that is becoming tech savvy, we need to find the centricity around human. So let's deep dive on brand, culture, and Ksenya, I'm gonna pass this on to you. How do you balance staying culturally relevant, so that's a perfect bridge here, with maintaining authenticity when tech keeps changing the rules at an incredible fast pace?
Yeah, you're right, Mirko. I think working for almost 20 years in luxury industry, I have started with implementation of iPhones 15 years ago, then to RFID, how we scan all the products, then we're implementing the mirrors. So the technology is evolving all the time. And if the brand is going to look only for the new technology, it will lose its soul.
Wow.
Luxury, the industry is very close to the art. There are a lot of still things that are done manually. And there is an energy in that, in human connection. So the technology, I believe, it's only the medium between the brand and the client, but it is not the main message. The main message is how the show is brought into the client, is how we bridge it, how we make it faster. We don't wait for 6 months to get the collection, but we can already see ourselves wearing our digital clone will be wearing the latest Chanel collection, and we already know what we're going to get. Or from the sofa, we also watch the showroom, and we have a feeling that we participate. So it is this intimacy that is built with data, where we bridge the emotions and the heart through technology. But the same message, it stays. Every brand has its own heartbeat, own music, own energy. Me working for Louis Vuitton, then I was working for Alexander McQueen from Paris to London. And when I build client experiences for them, it's completely different. And Celine, the latest role, is very Parisian. It's very minimalistic. So how do I bring that to the stage?
Wow.
Through the technology that will elevate the brand DNA, but it will not replace it. If I put Alexander McQueen is very emotional, it's very theatrical, spiritual, a lot of red colors, etc. So when I bring the wow effect and the screens there and everything is outspoken through the technology, there is a transparency, a lot of data, a lot of numbers there that will speak to the clients, that reflects the brand DNA. But for Celine, which is very Parisian, which is very minimalistic, you cannot have this straight to the face, right? All the data, all the technology need to stay on the background, and it is the human connections that plays the main role. So it is like in the theater, right? The actors, they still stay in the client, the sales associate. And the technology enables to provide with all the agentic AI tool, the data about the client. Not only what is the last purchase was, but how he feels today. It's like you're coming to your home, and that's always what the brands wanted to build through the retail, that you want to stay in that place without living it. So it is like your home space that enables every client in a personalized way to feel seen, valued, and we're coming from personalized experience to personal resonance on the emotional level through technology.
Absolutely. I mean, I love the concept of data intimacy. I mean, we feel that data is the answer, but sometimes it's just the way we use it. So, Morin, back to you. When you advise brand, and since your incredible experience, 17 years, Meta, you now serve as a board advisor for many, many brands, from Breitling and so many others. How do you keep that emotional connection relevant to these brands? They want to communicate, but sometimes, we go back to being human-centric. How do you bridge that? How do you take tech and make it human, I would say?
I think that one of the biggest mistakes that a brand can make is to use technology to define their purpose. They need to already have a very clear definition of their purpose, and use technology to communicate and to enhance the communication of their purpose. And that's the real difference. Technology, like we said, it's an enabler. And so when brands are thinking about heritage, savoir-faire, storytelling, and bringing products to life, that's the value that technology has. When you think about customer service and post-sales service, and NFTs, and how you really facilitate the client experience, that needs to be an additive value, and it also needs to touch on the human relationship. So technology is not a replacement, it's an enhancer, and it has to be partnered with a human relationship, a human experience, personalization, and really think about when the consumer walks into the retail store, or even when they navigate on the brand website, how do you make sure that the experience they have is as personalized and seamless as possible? And that's what makes the difference between a great customer experience with a luxury brand versus one that leaves them wanting for more.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful, the combination, the things that you guys said around, again, emotional connection. So I have a quick question for you guys. Do you think these retail stores are dead? Can I see some hands? Well, you're thinking right, because ultimately I come about the shocking stats from Amazon Web Services. It says 80% of purchases are actually done in store. So you have a lot of retail experiences, and you've seen all the kind of colors in your life on these retails. I want to ask you, with your 18 years of luxury experience in retail, how do you see technology changing the in-store experience?
Yeah, I feel like a veteran of luxury industry with 18 years old. So 18 years ago, we were launching and testing in Saint-Germain-des-Prés the mobile payments, and that looked like a wow. And the sales associates were telling to me, we used Ksenya to write it down manually, and now you ask us to do it through mobile. So in 2008, it looks like the revolution for them. Then we launched the iPhones. Then I was in charge of innovative technology at Louis Vuitton, and we were testing different solutions from how we can actually talk with the client and make the transaction. So already we were speaking from transactional to emotional. Today, we are going beyond that. We see that the technology brings an additional layer. But I want to say that this layer stays the same. It is the invisible layer. And the core, it's still the connection with the client and the team. We will never replace the sales associates with robotic, ways to send them hello. It will be still the eyes, it will be still the smile that should be authentic. And that's what I teach the teams, retail teams, is how do you stay authentic? And the rest, if it is the iPhone, and tomorrow it is the agentic AI tool that's coming to you, you will know everything from what time I have arrived to Dubai to how do I feel, what is my temperature, and which kind of temperature should be adjusted in the store to make me feel good, to make me feel like at home, to make me feel seen, valued, and not just advise me another product, but which is the core in luxury since many decades. No one needs an additional brand, bag, shoes. We need to satisfy the client's needs.
Perfect.
And the AI today helps and enables with the clienteling tools, with the adjustment to traffic, adjustment to nationalities, to help the directors to place how many stuff do we need, the ratio, which nationalities do you need. Today you have in Dubai a lot of Russians, tomorrow you will have another nationalities. Which ratio do you need? But in order in the same one to spend the authentic connection moment with your client.
Exactly. And I mean, on that point, we touch, of course, offline. I would like to go on the online. How do you see technology shaping the online experience for customers?
I think there are a number of different technological shifts that are really evolving how people shop and how brands can connect with consumers. The first is an immersive experience. To be able to build immersive experience, whether it's with augmented reality, whether it's with AI, obviously, this is the core of bringing your brand to life in a digital context or in an online context. And some brands who do it well, for example, Hermes is really able to fashion the story of the brand around horse riding and the cultural relevance of the brand around horse riding. This is the core of what they've done by building immersive experience thanks to augmented reality. And then the second piece is really thinking about personalization. When I come into a store, if I go into a Dior store in Dubai, or I go in Paris, or I go in Hong Kong, are they going to understand who I am and be able to recommend the experience that's most relevant to how I interact with the brand? This is the fundamental, and I understand it's complicated CRM, translating across markets and the like, but a personalized experience is core to the consumer experience. And the last piece is thinking about how, as a brand, you communicate your heritage and storytelling. When I think about Breitling, for example, I worked very closely as a board director with Breitling. They have built this notion of community by creating a Breitling squad. So people feel proud to be connected to the brand. They're part of the squad, and they feel proud to wear the products. So if you have that perfect combination of immersive experiences, personalization, and building community, that's really, I think, a home run for a brand to integrate and optimize digital online experiences to build that close connection with consumers.
It's beautiful. There seems to be a shift from point of sales to place of experience. So the hyper-personalization and getting to the retail experiences. Why should I go to a store? Give me something exciting to do, make it inspire, make it create, make it connect. So let's go back to one final question then for you. again, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'd love to learn one bold, very, very bold prediction for what lifestyle tech will look by 2030. And you guys have 1 minute each for that. Thank you.
I will give a very bold answer.
Very bold.
The technology will disappear. They will go completely silent on the background stage. Everything that you see on stage, there is a lot of preparation, and the way how we act here, so it's how the client advisor will act, and all the notes, all the information about the clients will be sent to them, but it's happening silently on the back. We're not talking about another CRM solution, about another screen in retail space. Everything will merge into the space, but it will be invisible in technology to enable to communicate from heart to heart, that the client advisor doesn't need to know all the stocks, the optimizations, where is the t-shirt, etc. It will be sent to him. Their set for the client will be prepared, but not based on what the client needs. Because the client advisor, I repeat them, they are more than just the sales. They are psychologists, they are stylists, they are experts. And for them, in order to spend that connection moment where you don't need to think, what do I need to bring? What do I need to think about? You can just concentrate on the connection to the person, how he feels, and what can I go to beyond just the product.
Very
to
nice
spend
and bold.
the experience to them. So technology is disappearing.
Morin.
Yes, I would define the future of lifestyle tech as elegant intelligence. The consumer does not need to see the inner workings of how brands are able to build this experience for them. They are more demanding, and they demand a more seamless experience with a brand. They want to come in, feel welcome, and feel like the little touches of the personalization that I mentioned earlier has been taken into account to make sure that their experience is top-notch, and that they don't have to worry that, about how technology is used to make that experience more engaged. So it's seamless, elegant intelligence, and it really enhances and doesn't distract, to go back to your first question, it doesn't distract from their lifestyle experience.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much. If you join me in a round of applause for these beautiful, great minds, thank you very much for being with us on
Thank
stage
you.
and for sharing your vision.